What makes Lingmo International different?
What makes Lingmo International different is we focus on areas that other companies don't. So we're using AI to really engage speech recognition, which we find is one of the most issues within the translation process. So introducing Watson into that has helped us understand dialects, nuances within languages, and it makes our accuracy and latency improve.
And we hear there is quite an interesting story to the inspiration behind the idea for this. So give us the story.
So what happened was, before Lingmo, I had no industry knowledge in tech. My trade was a plumber, so I was a plumber from Sydney. And what I did was I was contracted to go to China to look for solar hot water products. And within that, 4 hours after landing on my first trip to China, my passport was stolen. And I went up to a police officer, tried to speak to him, he couldn't communicate, so I downloaded an app. I said into the app, "Hello, how are you?" just to make small talk. It come out in Mandarin. Next thing you know, the police officer had his hand on his gun. The colleague I was with ran down the street, and I actually looked at the translation, and instead of saying "Hello, how are you," it said "Hello, I love you."
Oh my gosh, how did you get out of that situation?
Uh, I actually I found someone that spoke English and then helped me communicate to get to the Australian consulate. So it took me about 2 hours after that to actually find the consulate, which was 100 meters up the road.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, obviously, I would imagine that you're working on Chinese for the platform, but which languages
Yes.
are the most popular on the platform, and why are they the most popular?
The most popular languages are Brazilian to Spanish, Spanish to English, and Chinese to English. Now, from our research that we've done, is the most common Brazil is it's our biggest market at this stage. So we sell most products into Brazil, and it's because that's Brazil is one of the only Portuguese-speaking countries in South America. So we do Brazil to Spanish, and we're finding that business communication as well as travel has really helped people travel.
And we're looking at some images here of a smartwatch. So one of your newest products actually involves voice messaging software on smartwatches. Is this across all Android platforms? Is this an integration with that?
Yes, yes. So the new software is called Talk to You, and what it allows is that the best way to describe it is if you've ever used WeChat, Viber, where you've sent instant message, voice message, and you say it in English, the recipient receives it in whatever you spoke in, English. Our software allows it to you speak in English, and the recipient gets it in Chinese, Arabic, whatever language they choose, instantly without having to push any buttons.
Now, how does Lingmo leverage IBM Watson's artificial intelligence to innovate with translation technologies?
Again, as I mentioned before, it all comes down to the speech recognition. We're leveraging the speech to text from Watson, and we're training it in unorthodox ways. So the best way to describe it is we train it to understand the nuances and dialects, which a lot of other systems that we've tried out in the past haven't been able to do. So with us leveraging Watson, we've been able to really focus on that, which improves the accuracy.
Very cool. You're at this event today. What are you learning from being there?
Learning a lot actually, meeting a lot of cool new people, learning how they've integrated Watson into their technology. I met a gentleman this morning that's integrated Watson for uh, microphones, so they can learn to hone in on specific people instead of and taking out the ambient noises. So for our products, that's what we want to do. But yeah, it's been quite interesting meeting new people and seeing what they're doing.
Obviously, a lot of development happening in this space, but in terms of what excites you most, what is it when it comes to what's next in the language translation sector? What's most exciting to you?
Um, it's about where we can go with it. It's it's being able to what our goal is to be able to pick up a phone and make a phone call to anyone in the world, and it translates in real time across the phone call. That's what excites us. And just keep innovating using the AI. As the AI progresses, all this stuff's going to happen, and it's going to happen pretty soon.
Very exciting, and thank you so much for joining us today from Las Vegas. Danny May, co-founder and CEO of Lingmo.
Thank you.
This segment has been brought to you by IBM Watson, AI that transforms the way you work. To learn more about the Watson technology behind Lingmo, visit ibm.biz/translate with AI.